Good morning. Good morning, Richard. How are you?
Morning.
Good. The Committee of Parole is reconvening at Richmond Parish Detention Center with the staff at Richmond. Introduce yourself.
I'm Lieutenant Graham, Richmond Parish.
Lieutenant Graham?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Your opinion, would you please state your full name and your Department of Corrections ID?
On me.
Yes, sir. Chief.
Christopher Blocker. Christopher James Roshan Blocker. And my ID number is, my DOC number is 743-121.
Thank you, Mr. Blocker. My name is Albert Roshan, Mr. Blocker. And to my left is Ms. Pearl Wise. And to my right is Mr. Freeman. We will compose your parole hearing panel this morning. Let me explain the process to you. I will read some information into the record. Once that information is in the record, we'll conduct a parole interview with you. At the appropriate time, we'll allow Lieutenant Graham to have remarks if he wishes. At the very end, before we vote, we will allow you to make a brief statement on your behalf. You understand the process?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Blocker, you are currently 33 years old, and you are a second felony offender. Your DOC number is 743-121. Your offense is domestic abuse battery, and you were sentenced on October 6, 2021, and you received 149 days of jail credit. Your parole date is August 8th, 2023. You're not eligible for good time, and your full term date is May 8th, 2024. Is all this information correct?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Blocker, your case has been assigned to me. So tell me, how long have you been incarcerated?
I've been incarcerated now for, I'd say, at least 21 to 22 months. Well, I'll say 20, between 20 and 21 months.
Okay, so October of 21, and you got credit for 5 months. So that brings us back to May of 2021. So you've been incarcerated for about 22 months.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So basically tell me exactly what happened, Mr. Blocker. Why are you incarcerated?
I actually I made a dumb mistake. I got drunk. I was at work or whatever, and I called my girlfriend to come pick me up from work. And she told me she was coming to get me or whatever. I got off work early, and when I got off work,
Mr. Blocker, tell me what you did to be incarcerated.
Oh, I was incarcerated for domestic abuse strangulation, and after I got my warrant, I turned myself in.
Did you put your hands on your girlfriend?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Were you drunk at the time?
Yes, sir.
You're 33 years old. When did you start using or abusing alcohol?
I started drinking around in the beginning of high school, around like the 9th grade, 8th or the 9th grade.
You were 14 and 15 years old.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever used drugs?
Yes, sir.
At what age did you start using drugs?
Around the same time.
So what did you start with?
With marijuana.
So what did you graduate to?
I started using and abusing cocaine and ecstasy pills.
And how long did this abuse occur?
It occurred for at least, I'll say, 14, 15 years.
Are you a drug addict and an alcoholic?
I'm an ex.
Sir, are you a drug addict and an alcoholic?
Yes, sir.
How long will you be an alcoholic and a drug addict?
I was told I will always be a drug addict and alcoholic.
That is the right answer.
Yes, sir.
And you're also a abuser.
Yes, sir.
So I'm not gonna, you get out in 15 months. Your full-time date is in 15 months. And you have multiple problems. You're an alcoholic, you're a drug addict, and you are a person who likes to abuse family members and people that's close to you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to require that you take a domestic abuse offenders program and that you take a long-term substance abuse program at Bossier Medium in Bossier, Louisiana. You have 9 months to complete a domestic abuse violence program and a substance abuse program that they deem necessary at Bossier. Because there's no sense of me denying you today and let you stay incarcerated for another year and you're not going to get any help at a local jail. You need some help. Do you agree with me?
Oh, I agree. I agree with you, but at the same time, if I'm denied, it won't take effect on me as much as you think, because I don't have the means of money. So if you deny me, I know I can continue work release, and I can also be able to come home with the revenue of money to take care of myself and also help the people that's in my life that need help.
But you still got the problems that you have right now.
No, I won't. No, sir. I don't feel like that is necessary, because we still have it. It will still be around me. It's drugs around me at all times, and if I go home, I can still start back using. I feel like it's a mental thing for me. I feel like I need to be in work release. I need to have this. I need to have to work. I need to have the means of making money.
The blocker, I can't coach you to take help.
Yes,
and
sir.
I'm not going to coach you to take help. Because I just can't, but if I could force you to take help, you wouldn't do well in either program. Because you don't want to. Ms. Wise, do you have a question?
Mr. Blocker, I really, really appreciate your honesty today. I appreciate your insight. I appreciate how you want to direct your life. But speaking from experience, and hear me well, our goal is for you to get out and stay out. You're a second offender. You have been making very good choices. That's why you're before a parole panel today. You can always find a job. You had a job when you got into this altercation, how you handle this matter. So making money and having a job, you always had that. You can get that again. But the skills, the insight, the new way of thinking, that's going to take some time to pause and sit down. And that's what we're offering today, an opportunity for you to help you so that you can stay out. But if you determine not to take it, that's on you.
I'm being denied, and I'm not. I was like, it's not going. I don't get any good times. I know.
Right. Right.
At the same time, I appreciate the help that you guys are asking me, but I feel like that it's a mental and a spiritual battle for me.
Okay.
And
That's fine. I just had to try. I just
Thank
had
you,
to
Mr.
try.
Clark.
That's fine. Staff, they didn't.
Okay, I think we know your comment, Mr. Clark. Do you want to make any statements before we go?
yeah, I would like to say thank you, and I am deeply remorseful for what I've done, and I take full responsibility for what happened.
Thank you,
And
Mr. Clark. Thank you, Mr. Clark.
yeah,
Is the panel ready to vote?
Yeah.
Based upon a history of violence, based upon a history of drugs and alcohol, based on adamant opposition from the judge, the DA's office, and law enforcement, I deny your request.
okay.
Ms. Wise,
I do want to say on the record that your victim is Coleman. She did not want to file charges. And she just wanted you to leave. That's all she wanted.
Yes,
I'll figure out how to raise your children together, co-parent without you having any interaction with her. She's going on with her life, you go on with your life. And you tell law enforcement opposition, due to the nature of this offense, and its impact on the victim, my vote is to deny. And your refusal for the program. That's my vote, Chairman.
Mr. Pitts,
I concur with my colleagues for the same reason I vote to deny.
Mr. Blocker, you have received 3 votes to deny your request. Your request is to deny. You have a good day and good luck.
you too.
This is Lieutenant Graham. The time is 10:33 a.m. Thank you for facilitating this hearing.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So I thought maybe for a second Mr. O'Shea was going to throw some type of restriction on him or something. We've seen that happen before, but I guess he doesn't have that authority because he has no good time. He's just getting out. So there's no authority from the parole board. That was interesting. I'll admit, I don't blame him. He's working, he's putting money aside. He has opportunities to screw up, and he's not while he's doing work release. Who wants to go to some program for 9 months and then it doesn't speed up anything for him, and he's not going to be putting away the money. How do you feel about that? If it was like me, I'd probably do the same thing. I couldn't imagine having to be stuck in a class somewhere doing it. But for me, that's like my worst nightmare. The guy's got problems, though. He likes to, as Mr. O'Shea said, you're an alcoholic, you're a drug addict, and you like to abuse the people close to you. You like to abuse your family. And like strangling your girlfriend is just not, that's just not okay. And to have that kind of anger in you, and to have that like no self-control because you know what's going to happen, and to still do it is scary stuff. When you think about it in that sense, like everything is on the line for you. Be selfish. Don't do it for you, but you can't even control yourself. I mean, that's just a person who's just like one really bad day away from killing someone, in my opinion. And that, in that sense, it's scary. And until he sees that insight, he's just, sadly, I mean, he's probably just one bad day away from landing up back in prison. But love to hear your thoughts. And like they said, you know, if he doesn't see it, sending him is not going to just send him. He needs to want to help himself, and he doesn't. He doesn't see it. And not everyone needs to get healed the same way. Classes aren't for everyone, right? Like I said, frankly, I wouldn't do well in something like that. But you certainly need to identify that you have a problem, an anger problem, a serious anger problem. And because not everyone, there are a lot of drunks that don't get violent. So if you're drunk and violent, there's stuff you have issues you got to work out, and it doesn't need to be your fault. He's a lot of probably valid, he could have grown up that way and seen it growing up, and you just have to understand it before you can start trying to fix it. But with that, I'll let you go.